All right. So, as we talked about, you're sitting at the crossroads. The gallows is behind you. The graveyard, you can see ghosts have sort of risen out and have walked out down to the road. And instead of heading towards Barovia, they have taken the road that winds off to the west, which your understanding is goes to Wallachia, which is not the same path that goes down to the village that you were at. She kind of sits down on the ground and she lays down this sort of very ornate sort of tapestry or rug that she has, and she lays down various sort of accoutrements around to the side. There's a bowl with some bones in it and coins, and you see she has a deck of cards and has some feathers that she puts down with some candles. And as she lays all this out, you can see that she sits down and then kind of indicated for the rest of you to sit down as well. As you sit, Graphic, you feel Blue sort of lands on your shoulder and just kind of sits there looking down, kind of pecking at your red hair underneath, behind your right ear, just every once in a while, looking for probably a nut or a berry or something. And you see she kind of sits cross-legged as she looks to each of you, and she indicates for all of you to sit onto the ground with you.
I'll sit down and get comfy.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'll kneel next. Well, actually, where I am pictured, I'll sit down and
Okay.
kind of get myself situated.
Gotcha. Irina sits, and as she does, you see she pulls out her rapier and sets it across her lap. Madam Eva looks at her and she says, "You have nothing to fear, my child. You will be safe. Please put your rapier away." She looks at all of you, sort of eyeing you to see what you think.
I feel very comfortable, and I don't have any weapons out.
Okay.
And I kind of like look at Irina and kind of nod to her.
Okay. She sort of looks at each of you. Does anybody else have any weapons out?
Just these. I flex my arms, show my fist.
Nice.
My bow's always ready to go,
Okay,
unless I unstring it, which I haven't.
got it.
Yeah, my quarterstaff is more like a walking stick, so.
Okay, so
But
it's sitting there.
nothing. Yep.
Nothing super obvious. All right. Irina sort of looks and she says, "I'm not comfortable. I prefer to keep my rapier, if that's okay." Madam Eva shrugs. "It's your own." As she does, you see that she pulls out this bag with this deck of cards, and she separates the cards out into two stacks. One of the stacks is quite high, looks between about probably 35 to 45 cards that is in it. The other stack seems much smaller, about 14 to 18 cards. She definitely sort of, with her old hands, even though they're all sort of arthritic in nature, quickly kind of shuffles the cards, and you can see she's sort of shuffling quite quickly. And as she does, she shuffles them twice, 3, 4 times with the top large deck that she has, and then she takes the second deck, and you see that she then puts them in her hands and just sort of does one of the shuffles where she has it in her right hand and sort of tosses them into the left hand over and over and over as she kind of looks towards you. As you see, there's a velvet pouch that she sort of set down next to her, right next to Grappet. That's kind of on the ground beside. That's there. She continues to kind of shuffle the cards. And Madam Eva kind of looks and she says, "Ah, I see. The task you seek of me to do this is no small boon for me to be able to decide your fates of sorts. In exchange, I would ask maybe a boon of my own, if you don't mind."
What is it that you ask of us?
My great-grandniece Arabelle. She celebrates her 10th name day in 2 days' time. For this momentous occasion, I wish to provide her a gift. Of course, in my old age, I'm quite unable to make that journey myself. So I was wondering if you could help me.
Okay.
In that pouch is some coins to buy her a toy. Oh, she loves Blinsky's toys. It's one of her favorites. Do you think you could do that? He sells his toys in Vallaki.
That's a name that's very familiar to me.
Blinsky?
Yeah.
Really? You've met Blinsky?
I have met a doll created by him.
Ah, so you know his toys.
Indeed, they are more than what meets the eye, I feel.
Very true, very true. Would you be so kind as to pick up a doll for her, and any coin that's left over you can keep for yourself?
Of course, but one question first, if you don't mind.
Of course. Yes.
What do you know about the power of these dolls?
She continues to shuffle cards in her hands as she's talking to you, almost looking like she's 20 versus however old she is, as she's quickly moving the cards through her hands. And she says, they bring great joy to the children of the town. Nothing more, nothing less. Why do you ask?
Yeah, I'm gonna do an insight.
Okay, sounds good. So, she kind of looks to you and she says, now, I do ask if you could please take it out to the Vistani camp in the southwest of Vallaki. That's where her camp is by noon on the second day, if you don't mind. That would be wonderful.
Okay. So take it to the Vistani
Encampment.
camp
Yep.
to the southwest.
Yes, of Vallaki. It's by noon, please, of her name day. It would mean a great deal.
By noon. And what is her name day?
It's 2 days from today, which would be Navar the 3rd.
Okay. Vallaki is where we are headed from here, so, you know, I could kind of look at my friends and look at them and say, as long as I don't hear any objections from my friends here, I don't see why we can't do something like this for you.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And her name's Arabelle. If I said Annabelle, it's Arabelle. Sorry.
No, you said Arabelle.
Okay. We'll be so happy. Please tell her that I miss her greatly.
I will.
May like talking to her. She's the most interesting child, if I may say so myself.
Why is that?
Just is very interesting. We'll just leave it at that. And, I think friend or family, it may be a gift in itself, of course.
Okay. Do they have powers like you?
Oh, I don't have powers, dear. Just look at the cards, and the cards tell me what I need to know, and I pass it along, so no powers.
Well, we appreciate your time either way.
Of course. And as she does, she stops shuffling the deck, and you see that she sets the smaller deck down on the carpet that's there, the tapestry that she has, and the larger deck sitting there too. You see that she closes her eyes, and as she does, she places her right hand over the surface of the larger deck. As that happens, you see a crimson flame that's dim, swirls in sort of eldritch patterns across the cards as her lips start to move silently. A distant tension that you feel kind of spreading through the air, a sound of rustling trees that begin to dim in the back. The eternal world starts to grow more mute and insubstantial as the space within where you're sitting feels more solid, even Slowly and reverently, she draws 3 cards from the top of the deck. She lies them down separately on the ground, and as she does, she sets the first one to the left, sets the second one in front of her, and the third one to the right. As she does that, she takes the large deck and sets it down, and then she takes the smaller second deck, and she grabs the cards, and as she does, you can see again the sort of eldritch flames sort of dancing around the cards themselves, almost like weaving in between each card. As she does, you see she lies down another card, which is right in front of Lullaby, and then the last card, as she sets it down right into the center of the whole square. And as that occurs, you can see arcs of red crimson energy shoots from the center card out to all 4 cards, quickly disappears as quick as it appeared, and you don't see any more sort of arcing energy at all that courses between. Just then, as you're sitting there, you can see off into the distance behind her the shadows of the headstones around her sway, almost like silhouettes. And you can see that they sort of lean towards what you guys are doing, almost as if there's this wanting to come see what's happening, like watching to see. And you can feel the air in the cemetery becomes perfectly still. There's no light that intrudes beyond the lights of the candles that are there. You don't see any light coming in from the sky above. You don't hear any voices outside. You hear no sounds of any animals, no creatures or anything. You can see that the shadows and the mist swirl behind the graves. You see them slowly start to encircle all around you, almost to the point where you could reach behind you and touch it. You see Irina looks nervously both to the left and the right as she grasps her rapier just a little bit tighter in her hand. As she looks out, to see that the candles continue to sort of flicker, that they're there as the cards are set out. Madam Eva's eyes are closed. You all do.
I listen and wait.
I'm waiting to see the cards turn over.
Well, it's coming. So as you sit there, she looks to, or she has her eyes closed, and you hear her say, "Ah, my children of Glimmerglen, 4 threads, tangled by guilt, bound by love, each carries a relic, each bears a wound." The Irina kind of looks around. She kind of leans over to you, Fozzie, and she says, "What's she talking about?"
Maybe it'll all come together later.
Nods her head for a quick second. As she does, you can see that she then moves her hand over towards the first card that she placed. And as she does so, one second. See that the wrinkled hand moves over to the left card, which is on your left. And as she does, you can see that she reaches down. She grabs a card and she flips the card over. And as she does, she kind of closes her eyes and tilts her head back as if listening to some unspoken word. And you can see some arcane lights kind of swirl around her hand, and they shift, changing from red to a deep piercing blue. And just before she tips it over, she says, "This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy." And as she does, she flips over the card. And as she flips the card, see the traitor card. And you see kind of the cerulean light kind of dances over the surface of the card, and it reveals the illustration that you see here. And you see this sort of guard that's staring at a priest. He's kind of pointing his finger just inches from the guard's nose. And you can see that he's got The guard has the dagger behind his back that's there. And you can see on she says, the Nine of Glyphs, the traitor. Her dark pupils shift from side to side as though she's reading some unseen text. She says, I see an ancient foe of an old noble house. Lost soul will lead you to him. And as she looks at the card, she says, 2 hearts. 1 song, 1 silence. Sort of lifts up her eyes and she sort of looks right towards Riptide and she says, one of you sang, not knowing their cost. Then she looks back to Grappit and she looks back to Rip. She said the other struck the earth and called it power, only to bury what mattered most. Looks back to Rip. A brother lies broken. Looks back to Grap. Sister gone. Or continues to look at Rip. A sister gone in smoke. And yet, angel and the embers still burn.
I kind of just get a weird, odd little shiver.
She then looks at Rip and she says, you clutch a torn page, don't you? She says, if you have that page, show it to me. She sees Rip continues to kind of sit there, and then she looks back to Grap and she says, you have an angel's feather?
I didn't know it was an angel's feather, but I have this, and I show the feather.
Ah, may I see it? And she puts her hand out.
And I place it in her hand.
Your angel's feather once belonged to one who served the Morning Lord. Your words are true, and you speak of sorrow unhidden, shine like a dawn's light, banishing illusion and revealing truth, softening hearts hardened by shame. Back to you.
You wanted to see my page?
Yep, she did.
Right.
You take the page out.
Yeah.
As you do, she puts her hand out and asks for it. As she hands it to you, she says, from a book that burns. You hide it, but it whispers still, doesn't it? When you stand where the fire once claimed family, it will burn again. But this time, shield, not destroy. Hands it back to you.
Okay.
Then moves her hand over towards the second card, the card that's in front of her. And this one is at the top of the cross that you see here. And as she does, she closes her eyes and listens once more. You see the candles all around her sort of flare as they burst into this fierce, cheery yellow in color. She says, this card tells of a powerful force of good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. As she says that, you see she reaches down and she flips over the card, and as she does, she says, a defender of might, but of mercy, a light kept in a wine dark glass. Yes, it's the 5 of Swords, the Myrmidon. With his cracked iron sword and his leather-bound wooden shield. Thinks the iron helm obscures everything. Just sort of stares over and she says, B. You seek harmony where the stars say ruin. Despite not being able to see them, you have some sort of an amber pendant, don't you?
I do. It belonged to our grandmother.
May I see it?
I'll remove the clasp and hand it over to her.
Okay, so as you set it into her hand, she looks at the card or at the shard, and she says, "Ah, the amber pendant, burnt and almost autumnal, awaits its awakening beneath the weeping cliffs. Wolves roamed free. Their den you will find a symbol, radiant faith, buried beneath the centuries of hunger. You must coax it." Boom. He sort of hands it back to you.
I'll take it, of
Alrighty.
course.
Gotcha. As this all is ongoing, you can see that Irina continues to look sort of back and forth, and she says, What is this? I don't understand." As she looks at all of you, "Please tell me. I need to know." Very disturbed.
Oh, you can calm down, Irina. It's okay. She's telling us of our future.
Is that normal? I mean, is it safe to do that? I mean, should we even know? This doesn't feel right.
Well, we need every advantage we can in this fight against Strahd, and I think this is a way for us to try to seek the answers to our questions.
She says, "I don't like it. Just don't like it. It seems right." Madam Eva pays no attention to her whatsoever.
Strahd is willing to do a lot of not right things to continue to remain in power. Of all things, I feel as though this type of interaction is something that doesn't sacrifice our morals to try to figure out a way to combat him.
Sort of shakes her head, and she just doesn't say anything, continues to kind of look forward, kind of keeping her mouth shut at this point. As that happens, you see that Madam Eva moves her hand over to the right card, and as she does, you can see that her eyelids sort of close now, and her eyes are almost see her eyes moving underneath the lids, if you've ever seen that before, where the eyes will kind of move back and forth. See her lips are pursed in quiet sort of contemplation. Candlelight vanishes just for a second. It goes pitch black, and it returns in this fierce burning white light. It's pure and strong, and feel that it's so clean that it almost hurts to look, burns to see there, where your eyes sort of almost kind of like instinctively close. Irina goes, "Ah!" as that happens, and you see Madam Eva's eyes snap open, burning with this fierce sort of determination. She says, "This card is of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, sword of the sunlight." And as she says that, she flips the card. Interesting. Okay. All right. And as she flips it, you can see that the card has a picture of a solemn sort of man that's there, dressed in all black with a red sort of bishop hat that you see hanging onto a censer. His hand, a bronze censer with billowing smoke kind of wrapping up and around. You can hear her voice is sort of strong, and she says, "What you seek is an amber prison where the devil fears to tread." Her eyes sort of narrow. She says, "This weapon is long hidden. A house of a fallen dragon." There. She kind of looks at that card, and she said, "And blades of blades are Blade has been broken in defiance. Now, question without an answer. She looks over to Foz and she says, you also have a blade. What?
Yeah, I'll pull it out of the scabbard and show her the broken blade.
Alrighty. As you show it to her, she says, please, and she puts her hands out.
Yeah, I'll hand it to her. Maybe you can tell me where the other part is.
She says, the broken blade thirsts for justice, but it lacks a voice in this land. Yours is not the only hand that has held onto this hilt. Once a prince sang of it. Now it sings only to dusk. You must carry it to the pool of the white sun. There its voice shall be restored, and it will name you king. She hands it back.
I'll take it back. Where is this pool?
She ignores your question and immediately moves her hand to the next card. As she moves it down, she's down to the card next to Lullaby, and she puts her hand sort of on the card, and it just sort of sits there. She sort of just sits almost as if she's listening. You see, she starts to trace small circles around the back. She starts to hum a little bit of a tune. Not a tune that you know, but you definitely can hear her just sort of humming as she slowly draws circles around the card. As she does, you see magic flames leap up and dance upon their wicks around the card itself, these sort of magical wicks that are popping up. You see swirling violet embers in the air as the graves behind you start to shimmer in sort of a twilight glow all behind. She says, this card sheds light on the one who will help you greatly battle against the darkness. As she does that, she reaches over and she okay, cool. The card that she flips is the crown, card called the Mists. As you see, the graveyard is there, similar to the graveyard behind you, as you're looking through a very ornate fence with mists going between the graves themselves. Fog that's there. As that happens, she says, Outcast hunter walks the roads. One who once stood behind your enemy now hunts him from the shadows. Esmeralda. As she says that name, she sort of glances over at you, Rip. And you see she looks at you, and as she does, you can feel her eyes sort of bearing into you. She says, she too has lost a sibling to ruin. She too once believed strength alone could forge salvation. We'll know her by the lightning step and the silver hand. As she says that, you see that she finally starts to move her hand over to the fifth card, the last card in the center. And as she does that, you can see her hand nearly recoils, almost as if she's been electrocuted or shocked by the card in the center. Her brow furrows until the wrinkles split her forehead like a trench. She looks like she's so painful. Behind her, the shadows encircle the candlelight until the light is very nearly swallowed up by this creeping darkness that's sort of enveloping her behind. When she starts to speak, you hear this raspy voice, scarce above a whisper. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. When the hour of judgment arrives, this card will lead you to him, as she says, and you can see her hand sort of trembles just above the card, silent for a moment, and then almost being like defiant, you see her ancient fingers reach down, flip the card as it sits there. And as she does, she flips over the card. The card that you see, it's the final card, and you can barely see it as it's sort of covered in all this sort of murk, mist, and smoke that's sort of come throughout the table. Not the table, the parchment, whatever, the carpet that's on the ground. You can see it kind of going over, and you can see the card depicts this crowned sort of grinning emperor clasped in sort of a mask of sort, and these like a beard, and has these sort of hands that are there looking at this sort of goblet of wine, and the limbs are wooden puppet limbs with strings extending up that disappear into the darkness. As that occurs, she slowly exhales. And as she does that, you see several of the candles immediately extinguished, so there's only a couple that are actually burning. And she says, Strahd dances upon strings, but the strings are memory, grief, obsession. A heart of sorrow beats not in his chest, but above his throne. Strike it, strike him. But beware, the heart remembers what it was before. Try to kill him without unraveling it, not slay the man. Shadow. As that happens, you can see that the cards sort of sit there, the smoke sort of thins, the sounds start to return as they start to come back. She sort of sits there looking, and as she does, she sort of eyes rolls back in her head, throws her head back as far as she can, her mouth opens up, she just starts to cackle. As it does, you see the flames sort of start to disappear. Her head falls forward. She just sort of slumps over, almost as if either asleep or dead as she's sitting.
I'll jump up and see.
Okay.
Trying not to disturb the cards as I do it.
Okay, gotcha. You jump up to see if she's okay?
Yeah.
Alrighty, gotcha. So as you do, and you jump up to see how she is, you immediately touch her. Do you touch her, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you touch her. And as she does, she takes a big breath. Her eyes kind of open.
Oh, you scared us there for a moment. We thought you were done for.
She looks around. Done for? Dean. Have we begun? Looks
Oh,
down
you
at the
passed
cards.
out after you read the cards.
She sort of just kind of goes, And as she does, she says, well, you guys all came to me as children, but you will leave as champions, won't you? This land may have claimed you. Every step you take from here is a step forward. It's either out or the grave. Takes a big breath. You can see Irina is now, since you jumped up, she in the cackle, she's there with her swords kind of in hand, kind of sitting there looking at you all.
Irina, it's okay.
It's not okay. This was not okay.
What's wrong?
Why did you bring me to this? Why did you have me for this? This is wrong, all wrong.
Explain how you're feeling. Why do you feel this way?
She clearly works for the devil Strahd. She knows all these things. He probably came here to talk to her in the first place. That's probably why we saw him on the trail coming up from the camp. She's probably in league with him. This is a trap.
I think that we're on a path many people have tread before, and I think this is just our fate. We needed to know.
She's given us hints how to defeat him and hopefully return us to our home.
How about a persuasion check from you two? As you guys say that, you hear sort of the wind starts to wisp through the trees again. You can hear the hooting of an owl way off into the distance, and you can hear the lapping of the river on the banks off into the distance. You can see just a sliver of moonlight sort of pierces through the clouds that are there. And as Irina sort of looks, she says, "May not like it, but I trust you to. And I'll just be glad when we're done with this and get back to camp to sleep." Stands up from the carpet itself.
I'll say, Madam Eva, is there a certain order in which we must pursue these things?
Says, "That is up to you. Threads of fate cannot be determined by me. I can only show them. I only show you what the cards show me, nothing more."
Have all the others had the similar reading and failed?
I tell no one of anyone else's readings. They are yours and yours alone. As she says that, she picks up the cards. She pushes the coin purse over to you, and she starts picking up the items on the ground and putting them in her bag. "I recommend you return back to Seer Pool. Tell no servant of Strahd what you have just heard. Matter of fact, I'm not sure I would share it with anybody. Can't trust anyone." Just then you hear Blue go, sort of like, kind of makes a clucking noise, so...
I'm gonna look at Lullaby.
We did a good job.
Thank you, Madam Eva.
Of course. She kind of continues to collect the things that are here.
There's knowledge. There's blade, a weapon, the light, someone to help, and a way to get to him.
Strike the heart above the throne.
So I feel like knowledge is a good first step, right? Knowledge, and then tools, and then someone to help, and then last but not least, the path to him. I think our first step is to get to Blocky. We have 2 days to do this boon for Madam Eva. Maybe we can look into this whole guard, priest, dagger, ancient foe, an old noble house. Lead us. There's a lot said. I feel like maybe I might not be able to remember all the details. I'm worried that they might fade over time. We're all pretty tired tonight, so why don't we pack up and
Madam Eva, will you be okay traveling back?
She looks over to you and she says, "Oh, fear not. Have little fear from the creatures that prowl in these woods, I assure you. Please, I'll be okay. I need to spend some time with some special memories here. I'll be back, I promise. Into camp later."
Okay. Let's go, brothers. Let's get back to camp so we can get some rest. We have a long day tomorrow.
Okay.
So I have the marching order that you would typically be walking. I assume that's still the same.
Yeah, I think so.
Anything different with this march? I know last time you cast Pass Without a Trace when you came out. I don't know if you're planning on doing that again or...
I can, but it only lasts an hour. How long did it take us to get here from the camp?
It's like a 30-minute walk, but I can look it up here. Tell you for sure. One sec. I think I'd have it written down, wouldn't you? Yep, 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I will go ahead and cast that again.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
And then
don't have
we'll
to
be
apply it.
quiet going back.
All right, sounds good. So you cast it, and as you do, you continue to make your way down the path. You do hear various sort of sounds as you're making your way down the path. Libby, I forgot, you have an owl familiar, right? Is that with you too as well? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure. I forgot about that. So, as you continue to make your way down the path, obviously, Blue is kind of up flying. I don't know if the owl would stay on your shoulder or could fly as well, but regardless, you are able to make it through. As you do see and hear things off into the woods. You can see, things sort of move at certain times. You can hear a little bit of a moan that sounds almost unnatural in sound, or maybe a wolf that howls off into the distance. But they're quite far from the trail itself, and you are able to make yourself back to the camp without any issues. As you come back to the camp, you see that the fire around the campsite is pretty much dimmed down. You see there are some people that are sort of sleeping at the campfire. There's lots of tents that are there as well. Nobody seems to be at the campfire now. The camp seems to be pretty much asleep. There are no guards as you walk up to the camp.
Interesting. I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna start hunkering down to sleep.
So wasn't there a woman named Eliza who
There was.
She was the one who came into the tent right after Madam Eva said, "Beware the dark shadow," or something like that. Do I see her around anywhere?
Great question. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sorry, I had to find it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so as you kind of look around, you don't see her sleeping on the ground at all, but there are several tents, so you're not sure she could be in one of the tents, but she's definitely not anywhere where you see her.
Okay. So didn't they give us one of the tents?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys go over to the tents?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll find the one that they allotted to us.
You set up a watch.
I think you guys, we should set up a watch as I start snuggling down into a pack.
Forget, am I first? I can't remember.
Irina
I
says
think-
this. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I think I have the morning one.
Yeah, Rip's first.
Then lullaby, or yeah. Here we go.
Rips first, and then Ozzy, Pip, or B?
I could take the awful one, the third shift.
Oh, that is the worst. Got it. All right, Fozzie, grab.
I'll go second.
All right.
And I'll take up the last.
Bear will go second.
Barrow goes second. Nice. Why is this? Oh, because I'm. Have your fingers on the right ones. All right, help me out again. So, Littleby's third. Fozzie's second. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Rip, you're first or fourth?
First.
First, thank you. And Pip is fourth. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry, I promise it's my birthday. Irina says, she says, I'll get Pip. Wake me up when you get up, and I'll do watch with you.
Okay.
So as everybody kind of snuggles down to go to sleep, the night is restful. You are all able to get through your watches without any issues at all, unless anybody has anything they want to do during their watch.
Nope, I'm just gonna, during my watch, go ahead and call Luna and just have her sit like on top of the tent and
Nice.
keep an eye on things and let me know if anybody, especially the woman that I called out, is
Got it.
around.
Okay, yep. So Luna kind of sits up there, and you're on the third watch. Yeah, your third watch. Okay, gotcha. So through your watch, Luna says it's essentially quiet. Nothing has been kind of going through the road and hasn't seen any sort of creatures at all around the camp. Again, no guards outside, which is. And then Pip Irina sort of sits with you, and as she does, she kind of looks to you and she just says, "How do you feel so good about that witchcraft she did?"
Well, I guess you could say I sort of grew up around it. It doesn't bother me that much.
Are you Vistani?
No, I'm not Vistani, but I was raised by a culture very similar to this.
But you know you're not Vistani.
I guess I don't know for sure, but I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm probably not Vistani.
Well, I trust you, but it's just strange to me. And is this what you all do? You take watches?
All we like to make sure in a foreign land that we don't know very well that we're safe and that nobody's sneaking in and doing any harm to us or taking any of our possessions.
Very well. And she just kind of sits there with you and just sort of stares out of the tent as you start to see what you think is maybe dawn, but you can just see that no sun comes up, but the land starts to show a little bit more light as you can see over time. And then eventually you can hear some movement on the outside as you see a gentleman walk by, and as you do, you see it's Stanimir, early riser that he is, walking by, and he carries a couple pots with him as he's walking over toward the campfire.
Stanimir, you don't look hungover at all.
Looks to you and he says, "Shh, don't wake up the others. Making breakfast. You want to come?"
Ooh, what's on the menu?
There's cornmeal polenta, stuffed cabbage rolls, fried bread. It's delicious. You're going to love it. Come, please.
Well, I don't want to give my family a scare. We all like to wake up in the morning together, but when we do wake up, I'll definitely join you.
Ah, good, good. As he's over there, after about 30 minutes or so, you can hear some rustling around there, and you can hear somebody kind of picks up one of the instruments and slowly starts to play in the morning. You can hear the crackling of the fire and the little sort of conversations that a lot of times, if you've been camping, you'll have people in the morning where they'll sort of have those hushed, quiet discussions over by the campfire while everybody's sort of waking up and they're making breakfast. The rest of the group, you finished your long rest. You all got your time reset for it.
Nice. Tapping my foot along with the music.
Mhm.
Wake up, everybody wake up. Smell the bacon, time for breakfast.
We got bacon?
Well, I don't know what we got, but it smells delicious and it has fried bread and maybe cabbage. I don't know, but it sounded really good.
I go dig in.
All right. So as you guys, as you all kind of go out to back out to the kind of the campfire and everything, you as you do, you can see that it's going to look like night, but it's not night. You see that everybody else is still here. You see Eliza's kind of sitting by the fire. She's eating some polenta there, and you can see obviously Anka and as well as Serena's there. Stanimir's also by the fire, kind of cooking it up and passing around food. And he says, "Ah, they're up. Good morning. Good morning. Please, please sit, sit." And Eliza says, "Ah, good morning. Good morning." And you hear Serena say, "Oh, please, whatever was in the pipeweed. Oh gosh, don't feel so good this morning. Belly's upset. What kind of pipeweed is that?"
The finest in the Shire.
Maybe a little too strong for me, but anyways, thank you nonetheless. You.
Well, I didn't know that you were all lightweights. I'm sorry. I could have taken the mild stuff for you.
It's okay. It's no problem. As you sit down, you see off in the woods, crossing the path. You see Arturi comes through the woods, kind of steps out, starts to walk over to the campfire. You hear Stamir goes, "Ah, Arturi, I'm so glad you made it back. Please, we have breakfast." He says, "Thank you, I appreciate it." And he kind of comes over and sits next to you guys.
Yeah, I knew we might see him again. Is there an exclamation mark above his head now?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, double exclamation mark. And a padlock sign. Character sheet sucks. All right, second. Just going to duplicate here. And he comes walking in as well, and kind of sits down next to Stamavir, and he sort of taps him on the shoulder and says, "You always make the best breakfast. Thank you." "Of course, please have a seat." You see the tent to Madam Eva is closed. You don't see any light coming from it, but the flaps are definitely drawn shut.
Madam Eva, not a morning person?
Stamavir says, "No, she sleeps in most of the day. Kind of a night owl, you could say. Stays up quite late at night. We'll let her sleep, of course. So, of course." "Oh," and he looks, he says, "I hope you did get your reading."
Arturi!
Yes, he looks to you.
Where did you go last night? I missed your camaraderie.
I found a place to sleep and then thought I would come back. It's safe now, so yeah.
It wasn't safe?
Wasn't if I stayed, but it's safe now.
Why?
He just kind of sort of looks at you, and he sort of tips his head down and gives sort of a pressed smile. We'll just leave it at that. Just kind of goes to eat. Eliza gets up and she comes over and sits down next to you, B, and she says, "So, where you all off to now?"
Well, we're not really sure yet. We were thinking about heading up to Vallaki, but we might have some business back in Barovia before we head back up. We're not really sure.
Yeah, Barovia. I can understand that, especially with the way things have been, and maybe you left something there that you needed to pick up. Yeah. So okay, I was just kind of curious, and kind of where things were going, or where you're off to. So I am sticking around here with the folks, and where are we headed next, Amavir? And she kind of looks over to him and he says, it's not up to me, is it? As he stretches his back. And puts his arms up. Probably some faraway land. What do you think? And he kind of looks over to Anka. Anka shrugs, eating the food. Go where we go. We go where we go. Great saying. We'll see. Eliza says, we'll see. We probably won't be here at camp, though, if you come back another day. So make sure that you have someplace safe to sleep tonight.
Thanks for the advice.
How can we find you again if we need to chat with you or need your help?
Oh, Samavir says, the Vistani? Just look for the
Yeah.
tents. We usually find a place. Sometimes we camp here. It's not uncommon. But if we're not here, then we go somewhere else. We outside Valaki too. We have an encampment out there as well.
To the southwest of Valaki?
Yes, to the southwest, of course. Yes. You must have a map.
Oh, not really, but if you have one, that would be fantastic.
I do not have a map, but I can tell you that there's not many roads in the Barovia. It shouldn't be that hard to get there. One road will take you pretty much into Valaki. Just go down to the crossroads before you go to Barovia, turn west, and go that way. Don't go north, as he points to the trail leading north. That leads to the base of the bridge, but does not get up to the road. That'll take you to the falls. He says it's 1,000-foot cliff down, unless you're a really good climber or you have wings. Do you have wings over there? He looks, huh? Ozzy, your bear fly?
No.
See? So I would recommend go back to the road and follow the road north. Till you grow wings, of course.
Of course.
So, to backtrack from here or to follow this till it meets the road?
Oh, no. You want to backtrack. You gotta go to the crossroads, follow the main road.
Oh.
He points to the north path that you see to the northwest, and he says, no, that leads to the falls, so it goes underneath the bridge. At least 1,000 feet up. Never make it there.
Oh, thanks for the advice.
Yes. Forget you're not from here. Irina, you should know. Irina's like, yes, you're right. That makes perfect sense. Nods her head.
Can I do an insight on his advice?
Sure. Of course you can. Liza finishes up her food while you're doing the insight check, and she looks to you all and she says, well, I wish you all safe travels. And she reaches out. Does anybody finish with their plates or bowls at all?
Mm-hmm.
She takes anybody's bowls that are
Yeah,
finished.
I'm finished.
Okay. She takes the bowls. Thank you. And she kind of continues to walk around, and as she picks up all the bowls...
I want to do insight on that guy, too.
Okay, yeah, go for it. She takes them, and then you can see that she starts to move over to the water as she goes down. She bends down, sits down on a large rock, and starts cleaning the bowls and everything. And Serena looks up and says, it looks like rain. As you guys look up, it looks just like it did yesterday. Large clouds moving by. Ugh, rain. I hate rain.
It always looks like rain here.
Oh, not always. Sometimes the clouds are a little lighter in color. That means it's a nice day. Day they're darker. Means rain.
Good to know, I guess.
The guy's description of the path doesn't jive with my mental picture of the map, but...
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'd advance the count. I gotcha. Well, and you guys have the map, right? So you can see sort of the map that's there. So.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it would take us a heck of a lot longer to go back and then follow that windy path.
We were told to cut up this way by another person. Irina, is that true? Is it really impossible to take this path?
She looks to you and she says, I have to be honest, I have not traveled this way before. I do remember hearing stories that needed to get to the falls, you had to turn at the crossroads. I don't think it connects with the bridge.
Okay. Well, that was the path that seemed to be trodden in the past, so I don't.
Who's telling us this?
Irina said that. She asked Irina, and Irina said it. But the person who told you about the path was Stamavir.
And he's a Vistani?
He is a Vistani, yep.
In my mind, I'm not saying this aloud, but in my mind, I'm thinking like, the person that followed us was a woman, not a man, so I kind of trust him more than I would otherwise. He seems to be telling the truth about it, at least to my. Hey, Arturi.
Yeah.
What do you know of the path that lies north of this camp? Northwest. Does it line up with the road, or is it, as they say, unpassable to get to the road?
Stamavir says it's impassable. It's impassable. I haven't traveled that way because I've always been told it's been impassable. I came down through the road from Wallachia across the bridge. I did not look for a path down. There is a large height from the bridge down to the water. That being said, again, I stayed on the road. I didn't look for another path or some way to get back up to a path along the river, and I wrapped my way around, and I sort of made my way, say, through the woods.
Through the woods?
Yes.
I thought that was dangerous because of all the wolves and other creepy things.
Sometimes it's more dangerous to stay on the road than it is to move through the woods. He says, no, that's not true. Why would you tell them that? That's not true. The woods are way more dangerous. Arturi, what are you doing, my friend? He says, I know nothing. I must speak nothing. Don't mind me. I can be addled sometimes. Xavier says, he's not right. The road is the safest. I promise.
Arturi, why is it that you're here? What quest are you on? For what purpose do you travel here?
I'm looking for something. Looking for someone.
Who?
It does not really matter, does it? You have not seen the person. You are not the person that I. So, it's okay. I know this. I asked last night. Right, Rip? Rip and I talked all night.
Well, I don't know about all. A little bit.
We were best friends.
Sometimes Rip isn't great with faces and names. Who is it that you're looking for? Maybe I've seen them.
I'd rather not say in such a large group.
Ah, okay. Do you want to write it down? And I hand you a piece of paper and a quill.
You give me a persuasion check. You see, as he's talking about this, he takes the piece of paper and he just sort of sits there with the quill for a long time, kind of almost thinking back and forth, like almost conflicted, right?
If we can help you, we'd like to, but I understand if you'd rather not. No pressure. If you'd rather not, that's okay. always keep an eye out for this individual in case we stumble upon them in our travels, and let them know that whatever message it is that you have to send.
He hands the paper back and the quill back to you, and he says, cannot say it. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you. Something that I bear and I bear alone. But, believe me, I, tell the truth, and you can believe what you choose to believe.
Okay. Well, it was nice to meet you.
Too. And as he does, he leans over to Rip, and Rip, he starts to whisper in your ear. He says,
What's
"Do not follow me. Beg of you. Your friends ask too many questions. They want to know too much. It's not safe for them to know those answers. You understand, right? There's terror that follows me. It follows me everywhere. I am not what you are looking for. You may see me once again, I promise. But what I am looking for probably will cross paths with what you are looking for. But if you follow me, death will come amongst you, especially at night." It says, "There was a man once a long time ago, vowed that the undead would take me. And although they have not yet succeeded, they have never failed to try. They come for me every night. I not allow them near any other humans or living beings. Don't follow me." Kind of leans back. He grabs his stuff. He looks to Stamavir. He says, "I appreciate your hospitality. I will be going. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. It was nice to meet you folks." And he stands up. He says, "I bid you a good day, safe travels, and good luck on anywhere that you are going. If our paths travel again, remember, I am friendly. I am friendly, okay?"
Yeah.
All right.
Very pressed, kind of gets up and starts to walk off down the road.
I'm going to ask, Serena, if the path is not, if we can't get to the road up the path.
Okay. Yeah, she...
Just not loudly.
Yeah.
Not
just
so
ask it.
Stanimir can hear me, because I don't want to get him involved again.
All right, gotcha. Well, Stamavir moves over towards Anka anyways and starts to talk about something. And as he does, you ask, and Serena says, "There's no way up unless you can climb. I mean, if you can climb or fly, you can do it. But it leads to the Seer's Pool. That is underneath the falls. I have no reason why you would doubt Stamavir. I don't understand what you're thinking. You were giving inaccurate information before. You can't trust everything you hear. You know that, right?"
Yeah, sure. Do you know about the Pool of the White Sun?
I've never heard of that. Is that in your homeland?
I hope not.
Know of a pool of white sun. There's no sun
Um,
here. There hasn't
I'm
been sun
thinking-
here for decades.
But this isn't the sun. This is a pool. And you said this was a Seer's Pool. Is it bright? Why is it called that?
Oh, seer, as in, like we can see things, like in the ether. Seer.
Ah.
Madam Eva, seer.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Yeah, she saw this place, apparently.
Oh, she did. What did it indicate? Serena sort of leans in.
I think I've got to go there at some point.
Really? And what would you find there by chance? Maybe I can help you find it.
I don't know exactly what I'm going to find there.
Where else do you have to go? Now you see that has the hands in front of the face, really leaning in, very interested.
I can't remember the other things that she told us.
Oh, come on. You probably can remember something else.
Not just the one that was specific to me.
Ah, well.
I don't really pay attention unless somebody says my name.
I see. Ozzy, pay attention to me. Serena says. So, if I find out...
I turn away, look at Bear.
She says, if I find this pool that you're looking for, this white sun of sorts or something, I will come find you.
All right, that's.
And you were going to, I heard, going back to Barovia and then maybe Vallaki. Is that right?
Could be. I go wherever Rip leads.
Ah, you see Serena turns. Rip, where are you headed? Some of your turns as it's very loud and looks back at you all.
I think we're gonna follow this road some more.
Ah, I see. Samavir says, please, trust us. You never know. We may see you on the trail, or maybe we could help. We could load up the wagons right now. Maybe have someone travel with you. It would be great. We could sing tunes the entire time. We can all travel together. Just let us know where you're headed.
I think it's best that we go on our own, but I appreciate the offer.
Are you sure? Gotta
we
admit.
don't wish to impose on the hospitality, and plus we can go a bit faster as a smaller group, and we don't quite know where we're going yet, so we don't want to be aimless with you guys. Seem like you have places to be. All right, guys, we should get going.
Oh, my stuffed cabbage rolls. They were delicious.
They were very good. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Guys, we should probably pack up and leave.
You see Eliza kind of walks up and she says, oh, you're leaving so soon?
Yes. Thank you for your wonderful tales and delicious food.
Ayaku says, no, please, let us play one more song. What do you think? There's no need to go. We have all day.
We have far to travel. Short time to get there.
Eliza says, must be Vallaki then. It's a long ways away. If they have long travels to take. Barovia's not that far. A couple hours at the most.
Well, especially
not if we have to go back to Barovia first, right?
I see. Okay, alrighty.
All right, guys, let's pack up and get going.
Are we up at the north end of the lake or down at the crossroads right now?
You are at the lake. Sorry, you're right there. Yep. My apologies. I didn't move the marker.
I'm going to send Bear up the path just a little ways to see what he sees.
Sure, yeah. How far do you want to send him?
As far as he can go.
Okay, alrighty, gotcha. So you kind of send him up the path. So you want him to go till the end of the path, essentially?
If he can get to the end of the path, I want him to get to the end of the path.
Alrighty, gotcha. So
up to the bridge.
Can I send Luna with him?
Sure,
so
of course.
We've got two sets of eyes going.
Yeah, so Bear and Luna, you see them both kind of trample off up the trail. What are you guys going to do while you're waiting for them to come back?
I guess I'll play music.
Okay.
Not in the camp. We've walked out of the camp, I think.
Oh,
have
if
we?
we have, yeah.
Yeah.
If we've walked out of
I think you guys are on the road, I think is what you had said, but yeah.
We're on the road or the path that goes by or whatever it is.
Yeah, and just sort of standing outside the camp on the road, I assume.
Making sure, I'm checking my pack, making sure I've still got everything. You know, you don't trust these gypsy types, you know.
Stamavir comes up and he says, I have some fried bread that you can take. Consider it a gift for your travels. The road can be hard. Yes, of course. And he starts handing out this fried bread. It counts as one ration for each of you if you do take it. It's good. Don't worry, he whispers. The old woman's still asleep. Otherwise, I would have her come out and say goodbye. She'll be sleeping for hours. You sure you don't need us to come with you? I can send a couple people. Anka loves to travel. Irina, she happy to talk to you on the way, and of course we got Eliza too, and I can grab Ianchu too as well. I mean, why not? It could be fun. Where's your pets?
Thank you, but no thank you.
Okay. Was walking back. He says, "I don't weird folks offer them things and seem to really want them, but alas, that's the way it is." So about 30 minutes go by, and Bear and Owl are not back yet.
I think I can see through her eyes.
For how far?
So I'm checking. I think it's only 120. Oh, nope, it's 100 feet. Never mind.
Okay, no problem. And Fuzz, you don't have any way to communicate with Bear, I don't think, do you? At least a significant distance.
It doesn't describe anything in.
Okay. All right, I got
my-
you. All right, no problem. So as you guys are standing there, like I said, about 30 minutes has gone by. They're not back yet.
Well, I think while we're standing here, let's
Yeah.
have this conversation. We told Madam Eva that we would.
Hold up. Is there anyone around us listening to this conversation?
Okay. No, there's not.
Continue.
Well, why don't you do a perception check, actually? Why don't you do that just to see if anybody's hiding in the bushes or has their ear around the corner or something like that? No, there's nobody. Go ahead. Sorry. Please, Lullaby.
My question is, what are we gonna do next?
Is anybody close to us that could overhear?
Nope, nobody's close to you.
I'll talk quietly to the. I say, aren't we going to Valaki? We have to get Irina there.
I mean, going to Valaki, get Arena there. We've got the
A spoon
money,
to deliver.
the spoon.
It's the thing you're supposed to deliver to Arabella.
She's supposed to buy a toy, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's okay. I do what you meant.
I gotta bring gold to the Blinksy place to purchase a doll for Arabelle. In 2 days.
I thought I heard spoon.
Yeah, it's one of those, those spoons you can buy when you go to like tourist shops. You got the little thing on the top. You can run with
I have one from Hell's Gate. Yeah.
Exactly right. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. You know what I meant. All right. So about an hour has gone by, and Bear and Luna are not back yet.
Well, I'm not worried about Luna because she can just pop back to me when she needs to. But what about Bear?
Well, if Bear goes missing, I can resummon him tomorrow. Or we could just follow the path. It's not that far from here to the falls, and we can see what this pool of the Seers is all about.
Well, the Seer was the landmark for the Vistani camp, because it was kind of close to that. So I think we probably just want to make haste to the most efficient or safest way to get to Valaki, right?
Well, the pool of the Seers is at the bottom of the waterfall, so at least that's what's his name said.
Just then, you see coming around the corner, you see Bear sort of kind of running as he's coming around the trail, and you see Luna is sort of flying up high, probably 30, 40 feet above. They're not in like a full run. This is more of a trot as you see them sort of coming towards you. As they
There we
do,
go.
they slow down, and you see Bear comes up to you as well as Luna. You see Luna comes and lands at the. I'm not sure what the communication is with your familiars and pets and what they can tell you necessarily. But that being said, they would report to you that the trail does in fact lead under the bridge. The bridge does in fact have a cliff that's about 1,000 feet up, and there doesn't appear to be any discernible path to get up to the top of the bridge from here. The path leads to a pool of water.
That right now, are we downstream of that? Like the
Yes.
flow is coming from
Yes.
the north. Okay.
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Back to the road it is.
Okay.
So as you guys, oh yeah, you can move it. Perfect, excellent. Yep, feel free. I'll unlock. So as you start to move down the road, you make your way down the path, and you start to make your way towards the crossroads. Let's take a quick break if that's okay. I saw the time. I got a little over.
Sure.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good. See you in just a couple minutes.
Sounds good.
So as you kind of continue up towards the walking towards the crossroads, you get to the crossroads and you can see obviously the gallows is still there, which is empty. You can see the cemetery across the street is still there. You can see the roads that go obviously to the east, which is to Barovia, to the west, which wraps around. That's there. You don't see any sort of stuff from last night when Madam Eva was there. She seemed to have picked everything up at this point. You can see there's kind of a light mist, obviously, in the woods that you can see, and a mist kind of across the trails, that kind of, or across the road that kind of moves across the road every once in a while, as that's there. As you kind of look in both directions, you see that off into the west, through the mist, you see what appears to be a skeletal warhorse and a skeletal rider that is riding towards you very slowly. You can hear kind of the sound of what sounds like the foot clods of a horse. He's clad in ruined sort of chainmail, and you can see that the skeletal rider holds up a rusted lantern, almost as if it's nighttime, even though it's daytime. In his right hand, the harness in the left, and it continues to make its way down the road from west to east, coming towards you.
Does it appear to have seen us? Without eyes.
Yeah. So as it's looking in, kind of coming in your general direction, it doesn't seem to have paid you any attention necessarily, but it's clearly coming down the road towards.
I'm just gonna give it a wide berth and we got places to go, and this is not the weirdest thing I've seen here so far, so I'm just gonna act like it's normal.
As you see it continue, actually it didn't. I'm sorry, not chainmail. It had like regular commoner clothes. I'm sorry, not chainmail. I misread that. So as you see it go by, it obviously you give it a wide berth. You can see it's got the light. It doesn't look at you at all. It's looking straight ahead towards the road, and as it continues, you immediately recognize the rider as the corpse you had seen out on the far western road when you had first come in, as he goes riding by.
What corpse?
You remember when you came into Barovia? Didn't you guys find a
Yes.
corpse off the road?
Yes, okay.
And you followed some signs on a tree.
Yeah. And it talked about like the horsemen riding. Yeah.
You see, he just continues down the trail towards the east, heading towards Barovia.
What was this saying? I wrote it. The horseman rides, the seer spoke true, written in the side of a tree, with a dagger stabbed into it, with 13 tally marks, initials on the dagger, BC.
But as you leave the crossroads behind and you kind of continue the journey to the west, you follow the road as it kind of bends and ascends up the cliff. You feel it kind of trudging up this sort of steep kind of incline. As you can see off into the distance, there's kind of like these mountains that are high rocks that are set off to the left of the fog is fairly thick here, and you can see it kind of obscures the top of the cliffs that are overhead. The road itself kind of grows fairly narrow and treacherous. And you can see some loose stones that sort of crapple along the side of the ledge here. So on the picture, it looks like it's mainly grasslands, but kind of on this ledge of this road that's kind of going up this direction here, sort of winding up this path. You can see that the loose stones and the deep ruts sort of make it treacherous, but you're able to maintain your footing. Soon enough, though, the road sort of levels out and continues. And as it does, you can see that there's this ruined 3-story watchtower that's perched atop the edge of the cliff, right. So it's kind of perched right here at the edge of that cliff. That you can see it's kind of sticking up. The tower's old stone walls are covered with moss and ivy. A rotten wooden door that hangs off its hinges that you can see up towards there. Then you can see what looks like maybe 2 fresh graves that sit up against the road next to the trail going. Appears to be some sort of a corpse lying in the tall grass.
Oh. Is it a fresh corpse?
A little bit far away from here to know, but if you guys would like to go investigate, you're more than welcome to.
So the corpse is not like kind of right off the road. It's up by.
No,
where
it's
the
it's
tower
up a
is.
little bit. Yeah, it's about halfway between the tower and the graves that you see.
I guess.
I think we should investigate. What do you think, Rip?
You want to go check it out? All right, we'll go up and check it out.
All right, so as you guys get to the trail that goes up towards the watchtower, you see that there are these 2 small graves that are not small, 2 graves that appear to be sort of freshly created, and you can see there's a myriad of sort of stones that have been sort of put on top, almost like a montage or sort of a marking there. As you continue up the path towards the tower itself, you do see that there's this corpse of some creature that's sort of sitting off onto the side, and you can see that there's what looks like broken spears and maybe even crossbow bolts that are sort of sticking out of it. But the corpse appears to it appears mostly sort of rotted at this point, which makes it very difficult to sort of determine what it is unless you want to kind of dig into it.
I'm gonna bypass it and check out the watchtower.
Alrighty. So as you get up towards the watchtower, you see that the door, like I talked about, is sort of hanging off its hinges and kind of half open. As you can peek inside, it appears that the inside appears to be abandoned as well. You can see what looks like maybe a hearth that's in there across from the door, and you can see that the tower does have some windows that are on the outside that are all sort of grimy and difficult to see through.
Okay. Nothing interesting here, I guess. Let's carry on.
We came all the way up here. We don't want to go in and see if there's anything in there.
Sure.
I'll walk to go in.
All right, so you see Rip goes up there and grabs onto the door and sort of pulls it a little bit, and Rip, it easily opens, and as it does, you can see half the top hinge sort of breaks off, and the door just kind of like hangs there now, sort of half on the tower half knot. And as you do, you can see inside that there's a stone staircase that goes up on the south wall and leads up to the second floor. The first floor, you can see that there's a hearth there. The hearth is empty, and you don't see any sort of objects or anything in the room itself, except for like some rocks and dust and a little bit of like dried grass and things.
I don't see anything really in here.
Okay, maybe it's nothing then.
Keep a mental note that this might be a decent place to camp if we need to retreat.
Alright. Guess we'll move on.
Okay. So as you make your way back down the trail, you see the corpses that are there and the two graves that are there as well. And as you kind of look at the graves, you see the small pebbles on top of the soil have all been arranged in the shape of what looks like a rising sunburst star. You're like the sun coming up over the horizon.
Is that the Morning Lord? Morning Dawn Father?
Yep, Morning Lord.
Morning Lord. Interesting. Anything around the graves that would indicate like possessions or names or anything?
Ah, got it. So nope, you don't see any of the sort of markers that were erected at all. Yeah, nope. And the graves, I mean, there's no grass growing on the graves, so I mean, you could do a survival check to see how old they are if you want.
I guess I would want to try to continue on because we've got a timetable on the page
Sure.
for our fortune
Yeah.
telling. But I wouldn't want to rush anyone if they wanted to investigate further.
All right, so as you continue your path up the road and continue to make your way, thinking at that note else. So you continue to just kind of wind around this path and you go back in through the woods. After, probably 6-7 miles, about 2.5 hours of traveling on the road with seeing nothing. You kind of continue along this sort of road, and you can see the jagged peaks are kind of looming off into the distance that you can see there. And the fog seems to kind of just sort of creeping ever closer. You do feel like the air is getting just a little bit cooler as you kind of get up towards a little bit higher height out of the valley of Barovia. And as you get sort of slight glimpse, you can always see the castle Ravenloft between the trees, but you can see that you definitely are gaining height even above sort of the Seer encampment as well as the lake and Barovia itself as you wind around this. And the air kind of gets really cold in this sort of dark evergreen forest, and this thick canopy now sort of blocks out much of the sky's dim light, and it starts to become almost twilightish dark here. Now, I know you all have dark vision, so it's not a big deal for you, but you can hear Irina sort of commenting. She's like, it's really...
Just follow closely by us, and we'll make sure that you don't stray.
Okay. And as you say that, you can see that she continues to stay fairly close, and you can hear the crunching of the fallen leaves as well as the rocks underneath you as you continue to walk. And the trail is narrow, but you can still get a cart through here, right? A carriage of sorts. But the wind kind of starts whipping through as it does. Kind of feel that there must have been some rain that was here, because now sort of your boots are sort of catching up with some of the mud. Kind of hear the mud kind of slopping around as you're walking.
Is it like pitch black dark, or is it just?
It's
very
just
dim?
dark. No, it's like it's not pitch black, but it's dark. I mean, it's not lit at all.
Oh, did you guys see that off to the side?
The Castle Ravenloft?
No, it looked like a wolf or something.
Where?
As you
I'll
see
point
Lullaby,
in the direction.
yeah. So Lullaby points off into the direction, and as she does, you can see that she's pointing into the thick woods itself, and you can see probably a few hundred feet into the woods that's there. It appears to be very thick. You can see lots of trees. I'll have each of you make a perception check.
Are you sure it's not the
First
fog
die
playing
roll.
trick?
Better be a good one. Let's see.
Are you sure it's not the fog playing tricks on your eyes?
Oh, it could be. Probably nothing.
Well, I trust your gut instincts, so you should all be aware and stay alert.
All right. So as you all kind of pay attention of what's going on, that you start to continue on the road, and as the road curves around the edge of the mountain, you can see that the right-hand well, cliffs that were there sort of fall away, leaving sort of the sheer drop and down into. Oh, the road is now barely sort of 10 feet wide as it bends up ahead and sort of double backs around the sort of ravine that's here before plunging dramatically and winding around another smaller peak. As you guys are kind of walking, the air is sort of definitely feeling air kind of blowing by, and much much more air that's here, and you can see that it goes down quite a ways.
Beautiful views.
I start to speak up and point in a direction, and then realize nobody believes me. So I'll just send Luna in
Okay.
that direction,
Gotcha.
and so that I can look through her eyes to get a better view.
All right, so you send Luna off. So Luna starts. You see Luna fly off. Does Luna
Which
have
direction
stats?
did Luna go?
You see her flying down into the ravine, kind of behind a little.
So kind of towards the south.
Looking at this picture would be kind of towards the north, northeast kind of direction, because you're sort of doubling
Okay.
back here. Yep.
Yeah, she's got stats. It's on the Pets tab, Greg, if you want to
Okay, great, awesome.
look at
Do
it.
you mind doing a perception check for her? I think she gets advantage. She doesn't. They just give her +5.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't give it anymore.
If you want to roll that, that would be.
You said perception, right?
Yep.
Well, whether you all believe me or not, we're being stalked by a bunch of, well, looks like furry little critters. Well, they're not little.
Okay, what do you advise?
What do I advise?
Yeah, what should
We're
we do?
being stalked by what looks like maybe like a handful or more wolves. Like, there's 3 over on one side, there's some behind us. Fozzie, do you see them?
I don't know. I'll take a look.
Look down there, there's like 2 down in the ravine.
So you can roll with advantage now that she's pointing in a direction.
How far away are they down in that ravine?
You ask her that?
I still can't see anything.
It looks like they're about 50 feet down below us.
How far?
50 feet?
50 feet. I can't see a thing. You
So
think
there are
I'd
like,
be able to see that?
there's trees and brush down there and things like that too, though. So there is, the possibility that maybe they're in something that you're not able to visualize.
Can I send Luna to do like a flyby right over the top of one of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I asked her to do.
All right, gotcha.
Whatever happens, happens.
So you send them on a flyby there, and as you do, see that Luna sort of dives down, in the 50 feet ravine behind you guys, probably at about if you're looking at a compass with 0 being going due the direction you're going, probably around maybe like a 160, 170 degrees from where he is. Definitely from Riptide, it's almost 180, to be honest with you. And you see it kind of sort of continues down that path, and as it does, you can see just a glint of something moving in a bush at that point. And as that happens, you see these all of a sudden these shadows sort of jump out of the brush above you, down onto the trail in front of you, their fangs bared and their claws outstretched. I'll have you all roll for.
We'll be looking out.
You see wolves. I'll get you a map here in just a second.
Wow, that is the best initiative I have rolled.
Well, I pointed exactly to where they were, so,
There you go, all right.
Partial credit.
Partial credit.
Sure does.
Here's the map. Coming to you. Live. Map. Wolves. The red X's is the ravine wall. So it's 50 feet down from that ravine. Just to give you some idea of where things are at. As the wolf behind jumps down, you see it immediately runs right towards Lullaby. Lullaby, you see it running as fast as it can towards you. As it does, its teeth are wide. It takes a bite. And you see it grabs onto Bee's leg and sort of grabs on and shakes its head back and forth. Grab it. Did one succeed by chance? Let me see. I see. Nope, it only got 2 of them. Which was the other one that you had targeted?
Wolf number 1.
1, 2. You do have them all targeted. That's pretty. Okay.
It's DC 13 Charisma save.
18, 2, and 1. Okay, got it. I'll get it.
So
I was trying to roll Bear's initiative again, but it's not working.
Not working? Okay, I'll get it for you. He fails as well. Yep.
Fails as well. Okay. So then they are all.
Oops, I still have all my people on this.
Let me try and get just him. That one really doesn't like to be. There we go. Perfect. So that is my persona spell slots. bonus action will be to apply my bardic inspiration on myself.
Nice.
And to move 5 feet closer to the wolf.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right, rip.
So this red part here is 50 feet down.
50 feet down, yep. You can ascend or descend it by doing an athletics check, just so you know.
Okay.
Considered
But there's-
difficult terrain. So.
2 wolves right in front of us, right?
Yep, he's running.
Alright, I'm gonna move there. I'm gonna do my elemental deal, so I'll use a fury point for that. Or key, I forget what they call it.
Yeah.
Whatever, point.
Yeah, I knew what you
It
meant.
doesn't cost an action or anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit this wolf here.
Nice.
I will knock him 10 feet back. I don't know if I can. I do 10. No, let me see here.
Which one was it? Number 2? Is that who you hit?
Yeah, been a hot minute. 1 sec.
Oh, good.
Got my guys.
No worries.
Strength saving. So make him roll. Use that deselect him. Ooh, he succeeded. Alright, I'll Fury of Blows.
Alrighty.
We'll try again.
There you go.
Alright, we'll knock him 10
Wolf
feet
2?
back.
Alright. So as you hit him, you see he goes flying over the cliff. And as he does, you can hear him howl as his body goes flying across.
Then I'll use another 5 feet of movement this way.
Alrighty, gotcha. And you hear a sickening as he hits the bottom of the ravine as his head turns in a way.
I'm gonna use 3 of my. Oh, I only have 2 points in this? 2 points doesn't get me anything, does it?
Oh, your inspiration.
It just gives you a
Yeah.
+1 for each. You could use it
Yeah.
as a +2 if you want.
Gain an inspiration for missing, I guess.
Yep. Alright, lullaby. Wolf 1's hanging on your leg.
I'm gonna cast Moonbeam right there on top of that.
Boy. That's alright. Sounds good. Wolf's gonna regret his life choices.
Oh, this is my first time with Fantasy Grounds. Give me a minute.
Oh, good. All good in the neighborhood. Yep. Nice. Fails. Kiss me. Just barely.
I don't know why it rolled with the extra 4.
The D4? It
Yeah.
has Bane. She,
Oh,
Pip put
right.
Bane on it. Yep.
Good call.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna do my Starry Form,
Alrighty, sounds good.
and I'll shoot at the one coming up behind it.
Okay, sounds good.
Because shooting ranged in combat is a disadvantage, right?
Sure. I don't know. I have no idea. I assume it is. I mean, it used to be. I don't know in 2024 rules if it still is. I assume
Well, I have
it
to look
is.
that up because this is like a magical thing. It's not like an actual.
Okay. We'll say no
I'll-
for now, but go ahead and just roll it through, and then we can look.
Yeah, I'll shoot at the one
Yep.
behind us just because.
Nice shot. Oh, did you hit both of them? Nice.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't
That's
know
okay.
I had the other one.
That's all right. No
so
worries. I'll
put him
fix his
back.
I'll fix his hit points. Not
I'm
a
sorry
problem.
about that.
No, don't worry.
First time.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand. Welcome, Fantasy Grounds.
Long time listener, first time moonbeamer.
Great answer. Alrighty. Fozzie, what you got, Fozzie?
Oh, and Fozzie's going to shoot his arrow at the wolf by
Rip.
Rip, yeah.
Alright. Nice.
Does Bear go next, or does he have a different?
We'll put him next. It's just easier that way. There you go.
Okay, so Bear first is going to move 5 feet towards Irina,
Okay.
and then charge the wolf by Rip.
Yep, got it. So he goes charging down the trail. Can't be good
Yeah.
for the wolf. Seems bad. Oh my gosh.
Only if he hits him.
I know.
Oh well.
Try.
It would have been an extra d6, and he would have been prone, but. not big deal.
Gotcha. Alright. So, the wolf claws at the bear. Does hit. Okay. So as he does, he slashes across the bear, and this wolf seems to have some crazy kind of strength to the claw. Bear needs to make a. You want to roll his save, Ozzy? You can just roll a d20. I'll know what the plus is if that's easy. Yep. As he does, you see Bear gets thrown 5 feet and is sort of hanging off the ledge. You can see he's got his 2 front paws. He's kind of hanging on as his feet are kind of dangling. He's sort of scratching as much as he can, trying to get back up the hill. This wolf doesn't know what a moonbeam is. He's going to charge into you, Lily. Lullaby. I don't know if he takes damage.
Yes, he will.
Alright. Fails. Yep. You see him die in the moonbeam. See, this wolf makes his way up the hill. Could also run there. If he lives, he's going to keep running, but...
Yeah, he keeps running.
Okay, gotcha. So he runs to there. Alright, so this one would stop. Well, actually, he's got 5 more feet, so we'll see if he...
Actually, he'll take half damage. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay, no worries. So half
Yeah,
of that?
that worked. Half.
Okay, oh, it did, nice. Just to click the modifier button. Nice.
He rolled a 20, but you you still take damage.
Yeah, he still takes damage. Nice. Alrighty. Who's just flying around? Irina just sort of stands there. Fozzie, she's going to give you assistance to defend you or the help action. I'll take one. Wolf 1 starts his turn in the Moonbeam. Does something happen then or no?
Nope, when it ends its turn there.
All right.
Or when it enters for the
Gotcha.
first time.
So Pip, it immediately scratches towards you and tries to claw at you and misses.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I think
Don't they have advantage because they're wolves in a
you're
pack?
right. They're in a pack now. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Pip. Or, I'm sorry. Thanks, B. I appreciate it.
Boo!
Oh, good. You take 3 points of damage, but I do need a strength save.
Sorry, I thought he was attacking me. I
No,
wouldn't have said anything
that's
if
all
it
right.
was
No,
Pip.
it's all good. It's okay. But I did see Pack Tactics right there when I said it. I was going to click on it, and then said that, and I was like, oh yeah. All right, Pip.
Hang on, it takes a
Oh,
roll
yeah,
because it ended its
thanks.
turn.
Oh, that definitely fails. Got a 0.
And I rolled a crummy roll, but still.
Yeah, it's dead. All right, Pip.
Do I know whether or not that... Would I know whether or not that Moonbeam would harm me if I was in it? Like, does Pip actually know that?
I think Pip probably would know that.
Okay.
It's your sister, right? Or brother,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sister.
Brother
If
and
you
sister.
take a step towards it, I'd say, hold up there. You might not want to go into
There
the
you go.
light, or
Well, there's-
that'll be the last light you see.
There's your answer, Pip. So you probably didn't know. So there you go.
So it's not a stage light to feature me? Okay, fine. I guess I won't walk on it.
Don't go towards the light.
Alright, fine.
Way
I guess
way better answer than my answer. So thank you, B.
I won't. Okay, fine. So I'm gonna target that wolf.
Okay.
And vicious mockery.
Ooh. Doesn't understand common.
And then my bonus action, because I just know that Lullaby loves my bardic inspiration. I am gonna bonus action bardically inspire her.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Are you feeling inspired?
I am inspired.
I feel inspired every time. Not even on me. All right, Rip. What you got, buddy?
Move 5 feet this way.
Alrighty.
Hit this guy.
Oh man. Nice hit. That was a cocked roll on mine, but it registered a 14, so nice work. Ooh, and he fails.
Knock him back 10 feet.
All right, 5, 10. He also is hanging on the edge, just like Bear.
Well, that was my attack. I'll move up and.
Stomp on his
Oh,
paws.
I don't even need to move up.
Okay. Stomp on his paws.
I won't move yet. I'll hit him again.
Okay. Now he goes. Rip.
I'll come down here and reach my hand out to bear.
Okay. Gotcha.
I can't quite grab him. I don't have enough action or movement or anything.
Love it. I love it.
Alright, I'm gonna do a cheesy thing. I'm gonna move my moonbeam around and run it back into those two. So
Alright,
that
got it.
they both get a hit.
Uh-huh.
It's messing. The circle was messing with my targeting for some reason.
Yeah. I have to look at my extensions again. I'm getting a issue where I'm getting like double clicks, so I don't know if there's an extension looking for stuff, which might be.
I felt like I lost lock twice. I don't know why.
You felt like you lost lock toys?
Lock twice on the one
Yeah.
of the wolves, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt the same thing. Like I've been having some,
selected.
right. Yeah, I've been grabbing dice. It's been giving me double, so I'll have to look and see if there's an extension.
Did
Nice
they
job.
take damage? Okay.
They took 7 damage to Wolf 3.
Okay.
Was the other one supposed to take damage? Or did the other one? Wolf 4 did as well. Yep, they both.
All right, and I did look it up. It is going to be disadvantage for my starry form.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, I see why. I see why this looks weird. They're both dead.
They're both dead?
Yeah, I typed in their initiative, or what I thought was initiative for them, and it ended up putting in like huge HPs. So the wolves don't have 100 HP each, so they're both dead.
Okay.
I'm like, why are they not dead? They should have killed them. So they're both dead.
Blood smears.
So you see a bunch of corpses there. So Rip, you put your hand down to bear to get up.
Yeah, I do.
This is
Alright.
tiny.
Well, I'm trying to
person.
grab him and pull him
Yeah,
up,
you
but
can grab him now. Yeah, I was gonna say otherwise I'll have him
Bear
chop on
doesn't
your arm.
really.
I didn't have like a.
I know
I
you
didn't
didn't
have
have
a
any more
bonus
action.
action
I
or an
know,
action,
I know
yeah.
you did. I appreciate
Bear
it.
doesn't really have prehensile hands, right?
Right.
You can't,
I-
you can't grab your wrist back.
If we were still in combat, I would have had him attack you and bite you, and then you could have pulled him up. But we didn't. Have...
I could have pulled him up with an attack action if I did a flurry. It could have, because I can
Oh,
move him 10 feet
gotcha.
either way.
Yeah,
But
that
then I got hit him.
Yeah. You don't want to hit him. You don't want to hurt him. I get it. So.
You could have grappled him, right? Grappled
That's
him
true.
and
Well,
pulled him
yeah.
back up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
did
good.
that.
Good call. Good call. All right, so you kind of pull him back up, and you see kind of these wolves' corpses that are all over the place.
They stay wolves, eh?
They do, yeah. Ooh, good question. Yeah, thanks, Fozzie. Yep, they stay wolves.
Well, if my moonbeam hit them and they didn't revert, then yeah, they're just wolves.
And Fozzie's arrows too. Did you hit him with some arrows, Fozzie?
I shot 2 arrows, so I'll try to.
Did you get a silvered bow? Yep. All right, so you're gonna try to collect.
Not bad. I must have found some other arrows around it.
I like it.
Maybe
Okay with that.
Somebody else tried to kill these wolves
Yeah.
unsuccessfully.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, you find a small quiver of some dead person in a tree eaten by a wolf.
I will check them to see if there's like any kind of special markings on them.
Nature
Yeah.
check, if you're looking to see, that'd be great. Is it a disadvantage? Did you click something for disadvantage, or do you have something on you that has disadvantage?
Oh, I did. You know why? Because I was going to use a starry form.
No
and
worries, it's all good.
They were dead.
Yep, I got it. So I'll just take the first die that you see there. So as you look, you don't see any sort of markings on them that like mark them as anything. They look pretty much like that you would expect. That being said, as you look across the ravine, as you're done looking at that, you can see on the opposite side there's another sort of rocky crag that goes up, probably about maybe 700-800 feet away. And you can discern that there are 2 wolves that appear slightly larger than you would have expected, sitting over on that crag, just along the tree line, looking in your direction.
Are they larger than these, you said?
They look like it, yeah.
How far away?
About 700-800 feet.
Too far to shoot at.
As you see them, and you guys are all looking at them, you clearly can see that they appear to be surveying you with almost a patient intelligence. You see one of them turns to the other, almost as if he's saying something to it. And you could have swore that you saw it nod its head, the second one. They both get up off their haunches that they were sitting on, turn around, and go into the woods.
Well, that's not creepy. This place is weird.
I told you we were being stalked.
You were right. You were absolutely right. Let's get out of here. I want to get out of here and get into a town so that we're not.
So are we walking towards where those bigger wolves are? By walking up the road?
No, that's a great question. So, if you want to picture, so it's hard on this image that we have here, but essentially, what would have happened is there's a sort of a rock outcropping on the opposite side. You know where down in the ravine there was wolves that were down in that bottom part. It would have been across the ravine on the opposite side. It would have gone back up, and they were on the opposite side, on that eastern side, looking at you as you guys were on the road.
Oh, okay.
All right. So as you continue along the path, Luna is still with you. Obviously, Bear and everything else.
Yeah, when we're walking, Luna just stays with me and
Okay.
just looks backwards since
Okay.
I'm in the back.
Alrighty, sounds good. So kind of watches your back. I got you. So as you
Yeah.
continue, you can see that the dirt road continues to narrow as it sort of clings along the side of this sort of rocky crags that you have here. And the winding path just seems to be here, and you can see there's like dead leaves that are kind of here underfoot, occasionally falling from the tree above. Then you can feel the wind kind of blows, and it has that sort of wet, sort of just before it's going to rain, or it's just rain sort of taste or smell to it, that irony kind of wet smell. As you come around the corner, you can see ahead that the road ends at a towering stone bridge that arches like a rib bone across the large chasm that seems to stretch across to the world's end, essentially. You can see that there's mist that's kind of going across and underneath the bridge itself. You can hear the sound of water sort of pouring through as it is. You can see that there's black moss that sort of hangs in sort of tattered sheets on the side of this bridge. You can see that there's these banners that are sort of on the bridge as well that are rotted and they're sort of swaying in the breeze. On each corner of the bridge is a time-worn gargoyles that are perched like forgotten sentinels, wing hunched, face eroded and pitted and frowning sort of faces on each side of the bridge. Far below, you can hear the sound of water as it pours, and off to the left, you can hear the waterfall that thunders into a silver blue pool, sort of choked with mist as you can see it there. Growing torrent of water vanishes into a veil of fog down into the pine choked valley down to the west. The sound is swallowed up as a distance, off into the distance. As you look at the bridge, you see that as you look to both sides, then you see him. A lone figure stands in the center of the bridge. As you see, the figure appears to be in what looks like plate armor, with a large greatsword standing at its side, a point pushed into the bridge itself. You also see that the plate appears to be rusted. There's this tattered surcoat that hangs down, and the knight's frame appears to be gaunt, almost motionless, like a statue, sort of left in the center. In the center of the bridge, you can hear the wind kind of blowing through and kind of whipping down through the falls area here. This is what falls look like. Look. And as you get here too, by the way, you see no path coming up towards this, and if you look at the picture, you can see that there is no path that comes up towards it. Actually,
Oh, that's
would have had to climb up.
a thing.
As you look down the bridge, you can see this gentleman that's standing there, and as you get closer, see his face is gaunt. You can see the bones that are there. His fingers are long as he holds the sword that's there. The eyes are red as they burn through where he's looking at. It says the visor's cracked, eyes burning faintly with grim awareness. One gauntleted hand rests atop the pommel of the long sword, buried into the stone beneath. Vines have begun to grow around his knees, almost as if the earth itself is trying to. The moth withers wherever it touches the metal, so you can see it kind of moving up, and then the moss kind of disappears. Does not speak, does not move. And as you look at him, you feel in your bones, this is not a living man. It is definitely waiting for you.
Is he moving his eyes to track us as we move, or is he just staring in one direction?
So he is staring directly at you. He is in the middle of the bridge. So to you, it looks like he's looking directly at you, but it's hard to say whether or not. Is it?
Has it been over an hour since our last fight?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me look at the map. No, it has not. It's been probably about 30 minutes or so.
Just for the bardic inspiration.
Yep, no problem. I'm glad you asked. I'll just do a quick short rest. If you need to reapply the bardic, you can. So.
Oh.
The short rest is just so I can reset the timer. That's all. That's the only reason why
okay.
it shows up there. So it allows me to reset everything. So I put you all on the map. You can decide where you want to be. I just put you can see him standing there. The water is obviously pouring through. And he stands there looking at it. The bridge appears to be slick with moisture, but definitely looks to be solid.
Well, we gotta pass through. But
I'm getting a definite "you shall not pass" vibe.
I'm
here.
getting it.
You can move again. I'm sorry. You can try to move again.
Well, Rip, do you want me to try to talk, or?
If you want.
So, Rip, as you step onto the bridge, your foot crosses and touches the moss edge of the bridge. You see the armored figure in front of you shifts ever so slightly. You hear the metal rasp against the stone. And you hear a very low, hoarse voice, almost like dry leaves. A crushed boot says, "Halt! This bridge is watched. What business do you bring so close to the devil's domain?"
We
Just passing through.
As you say that, he says, "Old things stir in Barovia. The mists grow hungry. The Lord of Castle Ravenloft walks the lands again. Tell me, do you serve him?"
when I look at him, is there anything that would signify he's of the Ravenloft house? Like have a crust or any marking that would indicate loyalty?
I would need a history check. Boom. Well, it's a nice time to roll a 20.
Nice! Do I know what that means?
You don't. But you probably have some information that will help you.
I have some information that will help me.
Do. So, he kind of looks at you as you all stand there. What do you say?
Sir, what is your name?
Do you serve him? He says again.
I see. You
see his
are-
Fingers
Go ahead.
grab onto the sword's pommel. Doesn't lift it, it's still sitting on the bridge.
Sir, I see you're of the Order of the Silver Dragon. Am I correct?
Do you serve him?
I do not.
See his shoulders sort of drop. His helm almost dips a little bit as if almost he looks relieved. An approach, if you will. The eyes tell everything. As you look, you can see they sort of, the light in his eyes sort of dim just a little. It says the eyes dim with death. Whoops. Yeah. But I would see you walks the roads while hope still stirs.
We bring with us much hope.
He gestures. Says, you are correct. I was Knight of the Order of the Silver Dragon. I've long forgotten the name they had given me in life. Matters little now. Looks.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you know of the broken blade of an amber prison?
Know nothing about a broken blade, but I see you carry arms. Steel is meant for battle. Tell me, you oppose the Lord of Castle Ravenloft today?
We are not yet strong enough, as you well know.
You guys stay back.
I'm gonna walk slightly forward.
Right. It says, if not today, will you in the future?
There's no certainty in the future, but our hope stands firm.
He nods. He says, please come forward, my children.
I'm gonna do an insight check just to see if he seems earnest.
Sure.
Any ill intent or any harm.
Irina says to Rip, as you guys are standing in the back, she says, think he's a friend?
I think he might be. The enemy of our enemy is our friend. Does he have any silver in his hand?
He doesn't, but as you walk up, he says, well, you oppose the Lord of Castle Ravenloft, then you are not alone in your cause. Travel westward to the shattered keep of Argynvost. There, one of our order shall still endures, Sir Godfrey Gilwyn, first among the dead who yet dare to hope. He will know if hearts are true.
So it's a westward keep. What did he say the keep's name was?
Argynvost. Argynvostolt. Argynvostolt.
Okay, so Godfried Gilwind, westward to the keep of Argynvostolt. We seek Valaki at great haste. Is the way safe to Valaki from here?
Nowhere in Barovia is safe. You should know this if you have traveled these roads already. I stand guard of this bridge. Stand guard of this bridge for eternity. That is what I've been ordered to do.
There are wolves in these woods. They are attacking travelers.
Indeed. They have killed many and will continue to kill long after you have left.
May I get your name?
Don't remember my name, it's been so long.
Thank you, good sir, for your help. We'll check out out this keep and speak with your Godfried once we've gone to Vallaki for our current quest. But as long as my friends here will discuss it, but it seems like a worthy endeavor. So thank you. Shall we pass? I don't know if it's me or you, but I can't hear anything.
Oh no, I don't think anybody else has said anything. It's up to you guys. Whatever you'd like to do. He just stands there and looks at you as you go. Watches you pass. As you move past, he turns and he says, "One last thing, travelers. Beware of those who walk in those skins of wolves you have talked about. Long ago, they kept to their forests and let the roads be. But as you have noticed, something has changed. Now they hunt by moonlight and daylight. Their hunger not be sated."
Thank you for the warning.
Go west if you seek to stand against the darkness, but know this: many who do so are consumed by it. He tips his head just ever so slightly. Perhaps you may yet be different. As he says that, you see he immediately turns back. Sword gets put into the stone that he was standing at. His hand goes onto the top. He appears to be standing just as he was, facing to the west. You guys had come up to the bridge.
Interesting conversationalist, that one.
What time of day is it now?
So it has been 2.5, 3. You spent at least an hour and 4, 5. So you're right around just past noon, 1-ish, probably 1, 2-ish.
I think we better hurry. I think we have a long ways to go still.
Yep, let's get a move on.
So as you continue down the winding road, which climbs a short distance to the north before bending west, and to kind of avoid this peak on its right, and the craggy hills sort of bear these array of sharp rocks that sort of jut over the roadway. It's not long before the road bends north again, and the second hill rising, there's some fog off to the left, and you see twisted trees that sort of dot the steep slopes, and the branches reaching out like gnarled fingers. As you travel deeper and deeper into these hills, the road continues to narrow at times, and the cliffs grow taller and taller. Soon, though, the hills start to fall away once more, and the road continues forth into a small, fog-choked basin. Even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits into two, widening towards the east. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch once.
I look to Fozzie, I guess, and ask. We're supposed to head west, right? To get to Vallaki and...
Yeah, we take the left-hand fork.
Took about 30 minutes for you to get to this point here. You continue on the trail.
Yeah, I do.
So as you continue following the trail, the road continues forward, passing through a patch of dark woods. The air here is quiet as the grave. Trees are standing perfectly still with unnerving silence. Not far from the road, nestled in an overgrown underbrush, stands a mossy stone slab standing just under 6 feet. It rests on an old cracked stone circle that seems to bear some kind of carving.
What does it look like, the carving?
So you see on the carving itself, it shows a crude carving of a raven over an engraved three-pointed star. Grooves are lined with lichen and moss. It's sort of.
Do any of you guys recognize this?
I don't know. Do I?
It would be probably a history check would probably be the best look. If you recognize it specifically.
I've got a lot of sticky notes from this session.
I bet there's a lot going on this session.
Yeah.
A lot going on this session.
Trying to remember all the names and the information.
Yeah. I was thinking about that as we were going through it. Go ahead.
Well, we saw the symbol on the gatehouse, but I don't remember. I don't think that we found any information about what it was actually a symbol of.
Interesting. Gatehouse. Like the gatehouse to get us into, like, before Barovia?
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting. I remember the writing inside the gate talked about a King Kevin from the mountains and bringing people to the world. The blessing of the Mother Night, able to bring them to a sacred place. There's also a King Dostrin who came after us from the Balanek Mountains from centuries ago. Maybe this is the Night Mother? What was the inscriptions on the gatehouse anyway? According to my very terrible handwriting in my journal. There's a opposite to the light. Maybe it's this other night. Should probably keep going. Yeah.
I'm gonna put you right there. That's about where you would be at. All right. So as you as the road soon emerges from the woods once more, and you kind of veer between a few hills that you can see, before long it starts to bend to the north and start tugging at the base of the. As it does, you can see that off to the left, there's a small trail that leads up to the to a hill. Let's see this. See a large mill that appears to be pretty dilapidated. Obviously, some of the broken windmills of it that are there. You can see some birds that are flying around the top of it. The trail continues up in that direction. That being said, the road continues off to the.
How late in the day is it?
I would say it's probably right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, probably.
Bozzy, do you think we can make it to the city before nightfall, or?
If not, maybe that windmill would be a place that we could rest for the night.
That's what I was thinking too.
So, Fuzzy, can I have a survival roll?
We have a sure.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Oops. I'm sorry. I didn't share the map. Shared on my end. It wasn't shared on.
About how many hours
look
of
at
light
you.
do we have left?
Fuzzy, nice work.
think we have about 4 hours of light left.
Yes. So you see Fozzie studies the map.
I think we'll make it. We should have plenty of time to spare. At least an hour and a half.
Okay. Do we have time to investigate whatever this is, or should we keep moving on, do you think?
We have about an hour spare time.
Just then you hear the creak of the sound of wood. Almost like wood rubbing against wood coming off from the north. And the road sort of has a hill that goes up and then it goes down. It's kind of like these undulating hills. You can hear the sound of what sounds like old wheels sort of turning on this this road up above, maybe of a wagon of some sort. And you could have swore that you sort of get the smell, Rip, for you definitely up front, of Mom's baked sugar cookies. Like that smell that just sort of wafts through the air. Those really good sugar cookies Mom used to make when she was when you were really young. It just kind of wafts along through there, and you can see coming over cresting over the gentle rise. You see a crooked wooden cart that's painted with sort of some fading pastels, drawn by nothing but pushed along by a very stout old woman who's bundled up in sort of some homespun shawls. And as she gets to the top, she sort of pauses and she leans on the cart handle and she takes a big sigh. As she gets to the top of the hill, she kind of dabs her forehead a little bit as she gets up there. Her back is sort of hunched over, her hair is kind of a frizzled gray nest, and you can see that she has a smile, a grin of sorts. And when she sees you, it gets even much wider and almost this warm kind of look to you. And you can see there's just this little glint in her eyes. You hear her say, "Well, now, what is this? Oh my goodness, weary travelers on the road, please, please, come up here." She says, I do hope the fog hasn't been too cruel with you today. You look very weary. You've been traveling all day, I assume.
Yes, we've been traveling. Where is this your home here?
Oh, and as she does, she kind of grabs the cart and she starts to push it down the hill. And as she does, you can see she's kind of holding it and really trying to keep the cart from getting away from her. And you can see her kind of, almost tripping over the dirt as she's moving. Oh my goodness, this cart! I hate this hill. And she's kind of pulling it down. You're too kind to speak to an old peddler like me. Not everyone has such good manners these days. And she kind of gets down to the bottom of the hill and sees you, and she says, "Hey, it's so nice to meet you." And as she does, you can all smell the smell of sugar, baked sugar, right, kind of wafting through and whatnot. And you see that the cart is covered with a large cloth that goes over it. So whatever's inside this open cart is kind of covered. And she says, I just come from Wallachia. I was selling my wares to the good town folk and the poor hungry deers camped outside the gates. It's a shame they won't let them in. I just don't understand why, but I do what I can. And my name is Morgantha. It's nice to meet you.
Morgantha?
Yes.
Smells like sugar cookies in there.
Oh, yes, dear, they are. They're my pastries. They've been baked with care and filled with the light and love of dreaming. I call them dream pastries. They're sweet and soft they are. I just have a few left if you'd like a taste, of course. The first sample is always free. I do have to charge a small amount. We all have to make a living, as you understand. She kind of reaches into the cart, and as she does, she brings out this paper-wrapped bundle. She unwraps it, and as she does, you see there's a warm, cinnamon-dusted pastry that has this faintly floral and sort of really nostalgic kind of smell from your childhood there.
I'm probably gonna have to do some sort of saving throw to not eat that pastry because
Because it smells so good.
it smells really good and Grandpa never says no to pastries. So
Fair enough.
Yeah. Do you want me to do a wisdom save or like?
Yeah, sure. You can do that.
Okay.
How about the rest of you? What are you all doing as she's bringing out these pastries?
I don't know why I did this. Oh, I have advantage because I'm a gnome. I always forget about
Right.
that.
100%.
So I don't know whatever DC that you want to set for that, but
Sure.
typically Grandpa does not usually say no to pastries, and it smells
Okay.
delicious.
Got it.
So.
No problem.
I'll buy one, but I won't eat it until we get to Vallaki.
Oh, okay. She says, "Oh, you'd like to buy one? Okay, that sounds great. You made such a wise choice. I'm more than happy to take." And she looks and she says, "It would be, um, uh, 10 copper would be fine."
Sure.
So she gives you the pastry that she has and she wraps it back up nice and she says, "You want to keep it nice and wrapped so it stays warm." She hands you a pastry. She says, "What about the rest of you?"
You know,
How do they stay so warm in your if you had them in your cart?
Yes, yes. And as she lifts it up, you see that she has coals from a fire that are in the bottom of the cart that's there, that are covered with like a wet blanket on top. She has all the pastries on top of it. It says, "The coals will keep them warm. They're usually much hotter when I start the day, but, towards the end of the day, they usually are okay. I don't have very many left." And as you look, you see that she probably carries quite a bit because a lot of that towel, that wet cloth or towel or whatever is bare, right? There's nothing on top of it, but you do see she's got about 7 or 8 pastries there.
I feel guilty eating some of these pastries when it sounds
Oh.
like there's so many hungry mouths to feed. So
Oh
I
dear,
resist
don't feel
the urge.
guilty. It's okay. These pastries are for anyone. And again, I have to make a living, so I'm more than happy to help out. Just the first one you can have. It was very nice of your friend. And what is your name, young man? He looks over to you, Fozzie.
Fozzie.
Ah, Fozzie. Very good. Do you want one for your bear?
No thanks. I don't think he's into sweets.
Ah, I see. Well, they will definitely help you sleep tonight. I'm glad to hear that you wrapped it up. I think that was a good idea. You could have it tonight to get a good night's sleep. Oh, especially best after supper. You could have a cup of wine or maybe a little bit of fire to warm your toes. Oh, they're so very good. I highly recommend it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's life's too short not to dream, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
Looks
for
to
sure.
be, and she says, "I'm sure that you know what I." As her eyes get very almost intense as she looks.
Looks at Lullaby.
Yep, she looks at Lullaby. Her eyes are very intense, and she says, "I know you know what I mean."
Well, no, not really.
Anybody else interested? If not, I need to get home.
Is that your home? And I point at the
Oh,
window.
she says, "Yes, up yonder, the old windmill. I live there with my 2 girls, Bella and Ophelia. Sweet as spun sugar they are. But just a touch wild in their youth, as you can imagine."
Nice to meet you.
You too. I do hope that I do see you, and if you're heading to Wallachia, I do sell my pastries daily, so please come to my cart and I'll be more than happy to sell you some pastries when you get there. They are very delicious anytime, but definitely in the morning. People love them.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Welcome.
We
He
must-
sort of stretches a little bit, and she kind of pushes her glasses up on her nose. Does she have glasses on? I don't remember if she had glasses. I don't think she does. She kind of scratches her nose a little bit with her finger, and she says, "Just a bit of free advice before I toddle off, if you don't mind. Don't flash any silver at the Vallaki gates. Guards have taken to calling it taxation. She does kind of like air quotes, confiscating what they like. But, and as she does, she kind of smiles and she says, "You didn't hear that from me." With that, she kind of turns and grabs her cart and she continues along the trail. As she does, you can hear her sort of humming a little bit of a tune. Then she, and as she's sort of humming that tune, you all feel like you've heard that song before from your childhood. Maybe something that was actually sung in Glimmerglen.
Lots of names, locations, and
Tons of names and locations. So
I tried to write them all down. I didn't type it out though. I wrote it out on my sticky notes.
Got it. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So